Hey guys, how are you? How are you? Happy Sunday if you're watching this on Sunday planning. Happy whatever day it is, depending on when you are planning. I hope you guys can see me okay. It is a little bit nighttime here, so I am planning a little bit differently this week. So thanks for hopping on with me. We are going to be planning the week of June 7th through June 13th. I'm going to flow through this. I'll let you know when you can pause, just so that you can, because this is recorded, you can kind of pause, do what you need to do, and then you can kind of resume and go with the next steps. So, first and foremost, like we plan every single week, you guys, I want you to write out your goals for this week. Now, I am pre recording this, so I don't know if they have dropped new products. I don't know if they have dropped awesome bonuses. We kind of got a little teaser. So, I'm not sure if all of those things have dropped or not. So, please, please, please keep those things in mind when you are planning your content, when you are planning your goals, right? I want you to keep that all in mind. So, first and foremost, right now, I want you to write out your goals for this week. How many promoters do you want to get on a pack? How many customers do you want to help get on these products? How many trial packs do you want to get in people's hands? How many reels do you want to do this week? How many lives do you want to do? Whether it be Facebook or Instagram, I want you to hold yourself accountable. I want you to challenge yourself to get out of your comfort zone a little bit. And I want you to write out your goals. So, right now is the perfect time to pause this and go ahead and write out your goals. Okay. After you have done that, so okay, welcome back, right? You have planned out your week, your goals, and what you are working for this week. I want you to go ahead and start doing a little bit of a social media audit, right? We talk about this every single week. I know it's a lot. It's like when you're doing your own social media audit, it's a little bit different than like if you have someone do it. So if you've never had like your upline or anything like that do a social media audit with you, talk to them, ask them about maybe doing one with you, and just say, hey, I would really love for you to glance over my social media, help me. Maybe you can, maybe express your concerns, like I'm feeling a little disconnected here, or I could use a little bit of help there, right? Whatever the case may be for you particularly, I want you to talk to them and ask them to maybe do a little one-on-one social media audit with you, whether they audit it and come back to you via text or voice memo, or you guys get on a Zoom and you go through it together. However it works for your upline, I want you to go ahead and reach out to them if you need that. But otherwise, what we do is we do our own social media audit. So like I said, what I like to do every single week is I like to look at my content. I like to look at my photos, right? So your photos should be around your fives list, okay? So what are your fives? I said this last week, you guys, my fives are handy with me now every time I plan. If you don't have your fives list with you while you're planning, you need to bust that out, okay? If you don't have a fives list, you need to go and do that, okay? Because that is going to help you plan. That is going to help you always have stuff for for content creations, okay? So have your fives list. Lynn's does a great training on it. That's in the hustling page. She talks so big about your fives. MJ just did a couple weeks ago. Her and one of her babes did an awesome training on fives. So go into the hustling page, search fives. You'll be able to find it all of that there. And I want you to get your fives list, okay? So what I like to do is I like to look at my grid and I like to see kind of what I've got going on. So I haven't posted a before and after in a while. So I'm going to make sure that I write that down of something I want to post this week is a before and after. I want to make sure that I post a little bit more about my family and my dog. I noticed that a lot of my grid lately has been more selfie. So I want to make sure that I get my dog in there, my husband in there. I'm going to have a lot of content with the community. This is something that I have never been able to have before. So this is going to be a new part to my grid, which I'm really excited because this community means so much to me. So maybe you have community pictures or, pictures of you and your best friend if you work it together, whatever the case may be, and you want to talk about the community this week. Right. I talked about the auto bonus. So this next week, I'm going to kind of look at my fives list and I'm going to see, okay, where can I talk about things? What kind of pictures do I need? Like what content do I need to do? Do I need to go and do a bunch of photos? I'm going to write that down. If I am literally like, if I look and I'm thinking, okay, I need some new content, I need some new photos, I'm going to write that down as something I need to do this week. If I, for example, like need to batch reels, I'm going to write that down that I need to batch reels. You guys, I batch a lot of my content. I went through, I'm not going to lie to you guys, March or May 31st, basically June 1st, early in the morning. I was just in my feels. I was able to create a ton of content. So I went into my notes in my phone. I put it as June. I wrote June, and I was just writing. I was writing from my fives list. I was writing from what I learned on, it would be this week, last week, whenever you were watching this, Monday's training about problem solving. So I was thinking of the problems that I had that these products solved, the problems I had that this business solved. So I went ahead and started just writing from my heart and creating content. So I have a ton of things already in there. I started getting in my feels about what it was going to be like meeting these girls. I got in my feels about the community. I got in my feels about where I started 2.5 years ago and what that felt like. I literally took myself back and I started writing, and I just started problem solving, coming from my fives list, and I created a batch, like a huge batch of content. So I am prepared there, right? Now I know I need to I need to batch some reels. So what does that look like for me? That means going through reels. I save audios. So I save whatever I like, trending audios, things like that. If I want to recreate them, I save them. And then I go into my saved folder and I recreate them. So I will recreate 2 to 5 a day, right? Depending on, and then I'm good for a while. So I know I'm going to, like this week, I'm going to be gone and out of my normal. So I know that like come Monday, I'm going to need to batch a bunch of reels for the week. I hopefully will get a bunch of I hopefully will get a bunch batched. Wow, say that fast. From this weekend with the community, but I also need to do my funny ones, my personality, and some other product ones or whatever I need to do, right? So I'm going to write that down. I'm going to look at my social media, look at my Facebook, and see, would somebody know what I have to offer them? Do they know I have a product? Do they know I have a business? Do they know what I stand for and why I'm doing this? Have I shared why I'm doing this? Have I hit their pain points the way I had pain points, right? So I'm going to just make sure that I'm kind of staying on brand, on topic, making sure that I am talking about the business and about these products. And so I'm going to go ahead and write down every single day what I want to talk about. Now, I'm going to go ahead and dive into this just like very quickly, and then you can pause, do your social media audit, look at your fives list and decide what you want to talk about. Maybe you get very descriptive and you talk about what you want to talk about in your stories as well. You can plan content, you guys. Plan, plan, plan. You can never be over planned. Okay. You can never be over planned. I promise. If you wanted to sell trial packs this week, when are you talking about trial packs? Are you talking about trial packs in your stories? Are you doing like cute trial packs? Maybe you're doing summer ones. Take some pictures of that. Maybe you have a promo that you're going to be running, right? Our product credits have loaded and everything like that. So maybe you're running your own promo. Maybe the company has a promo, right? Like I said, I'm doing this blind right now, so I can't tell you whether we do or don't. But talk about that. What are you going to talk about? This is when you really need to use your planner as like your best friend. It's your BFF to make your business run smoother so that you're not always up in here, right? Get it down on paper as much as you can. So now's the perfect time to go ahead and pause and plan for your week. Do your social media audit and go ahead and plan what content, what you're going to talk about. Obviously, you have your goals. You know how many promoters you want to get on packs, how many customers, how many trial packs. So now you want to base your content around that, right? You want to make sure you're talking about the business in our promoter packs. You're going to make sure you want to talk about the products and what they can do for them. You want to talk about those trial packs. Go ahead and start planning your week. So next, you guys. So now you're back. You planned your week, right? We're all good. So you paused, planned. Now I want you to look and see what your business needs. Do you need any trainings in certain areas? Is your mindset slacking? Do you need some, maybe you want to sell trial packs, but you feel like you don't know how to get them out the door? We have trainings for that. What are you going to train on this week from the hustling page? What are you going to rewatch? There are trainings that I rewatch. I'm redoing boot camp with Lynn's, the first 30-day boot camp. So I am rewatching a lot of those, sometimes multiple times, just so I can get everything right. I also want to step into my most enrolling season of promoters. You guys, if you don't know me, I'm Christina Tammy, by the way. Heyo, I forgot to say that in the beginning. But I am very blessed to have an abundance of customers and being able to enroll customers. But when it comes to promoters, that's not my strong suit, right? We talk about that. That is more of my weakness. But I am stepping into my biggest enrolling season with promoters. Okay. So guess what I'm doing? I'm preparing myself for that. What does that look like? I'm redoing what they're going to be going through in those first 14 days. I'm watching trainings. I'm looking at the stories. I'm looking at products, posts that I'm going to be tagging them on. I'm looking at, if you're in the Limitless page, I'm looking at, the first 14 days tab. I'm looking at stories, slides that I can be tagging them on. I am going through it so that as they're going through it, I am right there with them. Okay. When's the last time you did that? Right? You do not have to have your promoter enrolling with you for you to have systems and be on top of your A game for your promoters you are going to enroll, right? Let's talk about that. Even your customers. Maybe you're a promoter queen and your customers, you're like, when I have my customers, I'll have a customer system down. Why? Get your customer system down now. When are you going to do check-ins? When are you going to start putting into your calendar when you're going to check in with your customers? We have auto shipments that run certain days. So guess what? You can already create that habit every single month of when you know you're going to check in for the, maybe you're doing one check-in on the 2nd for everybody that's going to run the 5th, the 10th, and the 15th or something. You know what I mean? Create your systems. What are you going to do for customer appreciation? Are you going to write thank you letters? Are you going to maybe do an email blast? Like, what is your thing? What is going to be your thing? You don't have to have it all before you figure it out. You can figure it out right now while you're waiting for those people that are coming, because they are coming. Okay. So that is something I am going into my most producing season. I am making my biggest impacts. So I am getting prepared in the process. Okay. So what else do you need to put on your planner? Okay. I want you to go ahead and do that as well. Your personal life should already be in here, right? You should have doctor's appointments if your kids have things going on, all of that. Same with your IPAs, you guys. I'm going to give you a bunch of work with me's. I'm going to give you a bunch of Zooms. You can find that in the Limitless page under announcements. You can find it in the Hustling page under announcements. We have a ton of work with me's, a ton of huddles. We have a ton. There is no reason why you can't get on something or watch a replay to do it. If you feel like you're struggling, you don't know what to do, there's replays, there's lives, there are options, right? But if you can't get on the lives, we have replays. Set your own schedule. Set your own work with me time. When are you getting your IPAs done for your business? Right? That is the bread and butter, you guys. So make sure you are scheduling that in your calendar. Get organized. If you need to check in with a customer, write that down. If you have a trial pack that you just sent out and you need to actually check the shipping in 2 days because you want to make sure things are going, write it down. Don't think up here is going to remember in 2 days, because we have so much that is always flying at us, right? Write things down. I brain dump every single day. So I will write down everything I need to do, from personal, whether it's laundry, clean the bathroom, pay this bill, I got to call that, I got to do this, whatever it is, I am writing things down. And at the end of the night, when I close up shop, right? I've talked about that before, you guys. When I put my headphones on, I listen to my audio bowl, or I just kind of clean up the house and organize. I then sit down with my calendar and I brain dump what I'm going to do tomorrow. And if there's something that I didn't get done today, okay, perfect. I move it to tomorrow, right? You guys, that's what it is. That's what your planner is. You just kind of move things and you let it flow with who you are. So go ahead, pause this, and do that. Okay. Get yourself as organized as possible. Now I'm going to share with you guys the work with me schedule. So keep in mind, I'm going to share the limitless work with me schedule because I know a lot of the babes on here. This is the limitless Zoom ID, everything like that. So I'm going to share the limitless work with me's. I'm going to share some huddles. I don't have them all, you guys, written down. I know the schedules are there. So I will share a couple with you guys, but there's also more. So keep in mind, there's so much. Make sure you're plugging in, right? I want you guys to be able to know where to get these if I'm not here. You should know where these schedules are at if I ever give you a wrong time, because hello, I've done that before, you guys. I'm human. Okay. So first and foremost, Monday, we have a work with me. All of the times I'm going to give you are Eastern Standard Time. All of the Zoom links I'm going to give you are going to be on this Zoom link that you just came on, right? So you're going to go ahead and know that. If the Zoom link is different, I will let you know. Okay. So Eastern Standard Time, this Zoom link that you are on, which is that 979-180-2986, which is the normal planning Zoom ID, which you're not on with me now. I'm obviously recording, but which you're normally on with me. So you guys would know that. So Monday, we have a 7:30 a.m. work with me. We have a 9 p.m. Lynn's Zoom huddle. Tuesday, we have a 10 a.m. work with me. We have an 8 p.m. This is MJ's team training that she opens up to everybody. 272-769-3682. 9 p.m. is Christina Brill's Zoom, 576-789-8888. Wednesday, we have a 12 p.m. work with me. We also have a 9 p.m. That's the Hustling Tribe page, or a Hustling Tribe Zoom. Oh my gosh. That is the 666-188-9698. Thursday, we have a 7 p.m. work with me. We also have the opportunity event that's live on Facebook at 9 p.m. So keep an eye out for that invite. Friday, we have an 11 a.m. work with me. Sunday, we have an 11:30 a.m. planning, right? You guys plan with me, so we'll be back on live. And there we go, right? Then take a look at all the other huddles. You guys, there's some weekend work with me's, there's weekend huddles. There's so much, you guys, that are going on. So put them into your calendar accordingly so that you know what works best for you. So here's a couple tips for you, you guys, that this is how I utilize and do things. I like to create folders. Like I said to you, I created a notes folder that's just labeled June. So I can go right in there and all my content is in there. Once I use it, I move it out of the June folder. So once I use it, it's out of there. So I know whatever is left, I haven't posted in the month of June. So I got it right there for me. So this is something new I'm trying, and I'm really excited because I came up with a lot of posts. I'm pumped. I'm ready. Another thing I like to do is I like to create folders, and I like to drop my photos in there. So I will do batching of photos, meaning I'll walk around my house, I'll take a bunch of different photos, I'll get them according to my fives. I'm a dog mom, right? My family's important to me, home decor, fashion, my mugs, right? Just who I am, that sort of thing. I will take a bunch of different pictures around, and then I will put my preset on them, and I will throw them into my folder so that I don't have to look for them. Literally, I will take an hour, 2 hours, whatever it comes out to be, and I get myself organized for the week in different ways, you guys. So do you see that when I'm going through my week, then I already have pictures? I already have posts created. Yes, sometimes I write right from my heart. Just because I pre-wrote those doesn't mean they weren't from my heart in the moment, because in that moment, I wrote that. In that moment, I felt that. And a lot of times, I'm still feeling it, right? And maybe I'll switch up something here or there to maybe fit more what I'm feeling in that moment. But I don't always depend on feeling right exactly in that moment what I want to talk about, because sometimes I will just have a lot of feels. I'll be in my feels, feeling all of the feels, and I will just express that. Same with creating opportunity stories. Maybe you need to create some new opportunity stories. Go create them. Unfold, Canva, over your Instagram app. You guys, there are so many things you can do, free tools and all of that. Do you need to create content? That you need to write that down, right? Do you need new slides? Do you need to tell your story a little bit more? That is something that like I said, that the fives list, right, that I said about MJ and her team, they talked about that, talked about creating content with your fives, right? Lindsay talks about that. This should be next to you when you're doing all of your things, you guys, right? I write it down because I like to look at it. I like to look at it when I'm in that moment creating, and I'll just be like, boom, I'm feeling that debt freedom right now. I'm feeling what it would feel like. And I just write my story and I just share, right? Because that was a problem that I'm solving that somebody else might have. So if you didn't watch Monday, which would be May 31st. Yep. If you didn't watch May 31st, Limitless with Linz, she talked about it. Rochelle also did an awesome post in the Limitless community page. You guys need to go and look at those too. If you are having a hard time creating content, I just gave you boom, like bomb trainings for you to go and watch to help you create that content. Okay. I'm trying to make sure I didn't forget anything. It's so crazy when I'm here by myself. You guys, this is my second pre-recording one, and it's just different. So it's so different without being with you guys. So I miss you first and foremost, but I'm excited for you to plan this week. We're going June 7th, June 13th. I guarantee they probably dropped giveaways because everybody's on a getaway, about to be on a getaway. So they're going to drop the next getaway. You have so much content to talk about. You guys, I don't care if you hit those VIPs or you didn't. I want you to talk about them because someone out there needs that $800 cash bonus. I don't care if you've gotten that auto bonus yet or you are working for that auto bonus. I want you to talk about it. I want you to talk about where you're going. I want you to talk about your dreams, your goals, your aspirations with this business. Where are you going? What is this going to do for you? Let somebody else know, because guess what? They want to come with you, right? You don't have to arrive at the destination before you start to talk about it. Talk about it. Okay. Show your personality through reels. Get face to face in your stories. If you're not face to face in your stories, I challenge you. Get face to face in your stories multiple times a day, right? Hasey did a great recording, which was on Christina Brill's. This was a few weeks back. And I think Christina Brill has her own YouTube channel, and I believe she recorded it. And it was about stories and basically like your own reality show. Y'all, like, your life isn't boring. I know, like, I think my life is so boring, but there are actually people that tune in to see where I'm sitting in my home that I never leave, right? So, or what random I'm going to talk about. Christmas in Christina's Cup, you guys, is like something that I branded myself with. I don't know where I came up with it. I just came up with it, and it's a thing. Like, I have people that aren't even buying the product that message me Ray Dunn mugs. And I thought of you and Christmas in your cup. Y'all, I branded myself with that, right? So go be you. I was just being silly with a mug, and it became a brand, and people talk to me about it. It's what I'm known for, and I love it. So go be you. You're not boring. You're not boring. Okay. I promise you, you're not boring. So I think I touched on everything. You have your goals, you're doing your social media audit, you're knowing what you're going to talk about, you're prepared, you're planned, you're prepped, you know all of the things that your business needs for the week, you guys. And if there's something else that you like to tailor it in, right? Go ahead and add it, whatever you need to do. But I think that's all I got for you guys, right? So we feel good. We got our work with me's, we got our Zooms, we got all of the things. We're feeling really good right now. Our calendar is set and ready, and we've written in it. Now commit to it. Okay. I know what it's like to write all these things down. And next Sunday, when we meet again, you look at your planner and think, dang, I never even looked at this thing. Y'all, I know I've been there too. So it's okay, but you need to commit to it. You've taken the time right now to spend with me. You've taken the time to plan. You've taken the time to see what your business needs, what you need, and you've written it down. Now stay committed to your planner. I promise you, if you start brain dumping and you start marking things off, you will feel so accomplished at the end of your night. Y'all, I even write down IPAs. And I check that box off. I have my focused IPA, right? What is your focused IPA for the day going to be? Growing your network, 3-2-1s, interactions, maybe cleaning up. Maybe you need to clean things up. Maybe you need to go hang out in groups a little bit and get some new people on Facebook, right? Facebook's a little bit different. You have to work it a little bit different. These work with me's, that's the beauty of them. People are sharing tips and tricks, you guys. You're seeing a lot of new faces. There's 2 different work with me's most of the time. So you are getting tips and tricks, and take what works for you. And if it doesn't work for you, that's okay. I will always be like, ooh, I like that. I'm going to spin that and make it mine, right? Or, ooh, I like that. Okay, I need to start adapting to that. I need to start doing that because I'm struggling in that area, and I'm going to see if what they are saying works for me too. You won't know if you don't try, right? I also am a firm believer in don't fix what's not broken. So if you are doing things in certain areas, great, but let's be real, right? Like if you aren't hitting your goals, if you're not where you want to be, maybe there's some things that we do need to tweak, maybe just a little bit, right? Sometimes that's all it is just a little bit. Sometimes it's the belief. Sometimes it's up here. Are you working on up here? Are you doing your personal development? Do you need to write that down? What's your morning look like? Do you have a morning routine? I used to think they were nuts. I thought they were crazy for their morning routines. I'm not going to lie to you guys, until I started having a morning routine. And then I was like, okay, I see what they're talking about. This morning routine, it's the shit, right? I want you guys to look into things, take it baby steps, start making your adjustment, but most of all, commit to your calendar. Okay. I will see you guys all on the 13th, June 13th. I will be back. And we will be live. Thank you so much for you guys for being so flexible, allowing the recording. I hope that you take the time to plan your week. As always, this is on my YouTube. So in case any of your team needs it, share it from there. But I will talk with you guys all soon. I hope you have a great week. I can't wait to see what they announce, and I'll see you guys all next week. Bye.